Just joined us. It's still journalist hangout. I'm still hanging out with BKO, Babajide Kolade Otitoju, and Olayinka Oyegbile. My name is Benga. Now back to the conversation. 2 days after the Nigerian National Petroleum Company Limited, NNPCL, cried out over huge debts, the corporation has released an upward review of the price of petrol to 855 naira per litre at its stations. This significant increase comes amid ongoing fuel scarcity across the country. Meanwhile, the Federal Executive Council is moving to determine the price of the petrol from the newly operational Dangote refinery. The president of the company, Aliko Dangote, noted that his petroleum products will be made available in fuel stations depending on the readiness of the NNPCL. BKO, NNPCL increasing the price of petrol by 45%, just 2 days after he cried out of financial pressure. Did it come to you as a surprise, or we were expecting this?
Honestly, I knew they would come to that. About 3 months ago, I was in discussion with a member of the House of Reps, and he told me they had been piling pressure on the president, and look, we need to increase the price of petrol and all that. So I was just hoping that we won't get to that. I was just hoping. But these guys at NNPCL had fed Nigerians with a diet of lies over a long period. When it was, when the story broke that they were owing suppliers billions of dollars, they denied it. They said, no, that's not true. The way the NNPC behaves, a time will come when, if an NNPCL official tells you it's night time,
you have to go confirm yourself.
You have to check. Is he really telling me the truth? Because they've made a habit of deceiving their country, and it's really shameful. If you said you are not owing, and you are churning out
profits,
stories about profit, you are owing so much, and you are talking about profits. Why don't you just clear your debt? Or try to even moderate things? I mean, we all know that there are issues here and there. They are carrying a burden for all of us. Because when Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu decided that, oh, no more subsidy, many Nigerians felt, yes, at least the stealing that was going on through subsidy, I remember Peter Obi even calling subsidy organized crime.
Yes.
So all of them wanted subsidy removed. But when you remove subsidy, it comes at a huge cost to the Nigerian people. What some people wanted was a phased removal.
Phase by phase.
Yes, not to do it at once.
Okay.
And I still believe that it was wrong to just take it in one fell swoop. But the big elephant in the room has to do with the value of our currency. Because after the president made that decision known to Nigerians, our currency was around 700, 760.
Yeah, 700, yeah, okay.
Suddenly we went to 900. From 900, the naira is trading against the dollar at about 1,600 and something. It fluctuates, but it's around 1,600 today. Now, that is what pushed the landing cost to such an unbearable level. So the landing cost now, they tell us, is around 1,117. What they've done now is to reduce
the margin,
the costs. They are concerned about the fact that they have to continue to subsidize the payment, although They don't like calling it subsidy. They call it under recovery, or some funny names that came to light during Ibeka Chiku's time. Different names that they called subsidy, you know. Now, at 855, the burden of subsidy payment
has reduced.
That's what they are doing incrementally. But if our currency, that's why I keep talking about the CBN governor has to do much better than he's doing. And he knows it in his heart. I do not believe, even with a gun to my neck, I would not agree that our currency is this weak. How did we get to 1,600 naira to a dollar? It is at the root of all the problems that we are facing. If it was at 900 to a dollar,
still fair,
the landing cost will not be this high. That's why you have to get your currency to be strong. If we move, for example, God forbid, this currency goes to like 2,000 to the dollar, all of what we are talking about will be thrown out of the window, because the landing cost will inevitably go up, and then the cost of keeping the price stable will then be higher than...
Be too much to bet.
Yes. Now, at 855, it means that the cost of subsidizing, let's even call it, the cost of under recovery, you know, would naturally be reduced. That is what they are trying to do. Let's see how we can manage. But what do we do about the debt that they are carrying? Suppliers now, if we are not careful, maybe that's why they have to now do a deal with Dangote. Dangote will produce 25 million liters a day of PMS. I believe that 25 million liters will go a long way. If you then have to import, it has to, I mean, you just import minimally.
Okay.
25 million liters a day is significant. I do not even believe that we can consume more than 33 million liters a day. A lot of what we hear, yes, because even at the peak of our prosperity, during the Jonathan years, for example, when the currency was much stronger, we were not consuming more than 30 million liters.
Well, now that the currency is not...
So now, are we being told that more people are buying cars now than that time? Where have they got the money? Who went to the licensing office to discover that we've bought more cars this time than that time? You know?
All right, let me come to you.
And it's not as if there was no smuggling that time, because we also hear that, oh, there's a lot of smuggling going on. We are subsidizing countries around us, our petrol. I know that even the Ghanaians, it's true that the Ghanaians are taking small goods petrol from Nigeria. I know that Benin Republic, all of them, they rely on us. And our currency is strong, weaker. That's what I'm saying. There's a lot that Mr. Cardoso can do. Why, for example, should our currency be weaker than the currencies of our neighbors? We're in trouble. If it remains like that, we're in trouble, because the grains that you produce will be mobbed up by these people. They have the money. Yeah. The petrol that you produce, there is a great incentive for Nigerians to even take it to, because they will earn more money. It was happening. We were arresting vehicles crossing from Nigeria to Niger and to Chad. We had to deploy, AFCC deploy security operatives to be stopping them, because it was inducing hunger in our country, and our neighbors were simply happy to buy those grains because their currency is stronger than ours. So whatever we do, if Dangote begins to supply PMS, we achieve some stability and the currency slides, it will throw all our strategy, all our tactics out of the window. That is the point that those who manage our currency, that's the point that they have to realize. 1,600 plus to the dollar in my lifetime. I never imagined that it could happen. Honestly.
I never imagined that the naira will be weaker than that of Benin. but
we used to mock them that you are a millionaire in
exactly.
and a kobonia in naira.
Dangote is saying that the product can be made available within 24 hours until, but what does this mean? Is it in the area of price? Is it in the area of other agreements?
Well, you see, the truth of the matter is that the oil industry is as opaque as they come. Nobody is very clear about the issue. Even those who are in the industry, they are not telling us the truth. We don't know what exactly they are talking about. Now, as of the time we came into the studio, if you checked 20 news websites, the price they give that NNPC has said is different. Some will say 855, some 897, 8 this, 8 that, and you are not sure. Now, what I see there, which is very, very important, the issue of fuel price is an issue of security. There is no way, whether the PAB or whatever says government cannot dictate to NNPCL or not, the NNPCL cannot be the sole determinant of the price it will sell petrol. Because whatever projections you make, immediately the price of fuel goes up, every other thing will go up. Now, last week, the FCPC told traders, it gave them 1 week, 1 month notice that they should bring down prices of goods. How does the FCPC want to monitor that now? Because the issue is how much is the price of fuel? I mean, this is not to justify the high prices, but the part of it is that a man that bought tubers of yam or whatever he's selling and puts it in a vehicle, and the vehicle is charging him
ludicrous amount for transport cost.
Definitely, we put it on the cost of his wares.
So, the cost of clearing goods.
Exactly. So, where do you now come in to say that you cannot sell your product at this? Look, we are, as they say, we are trying to apply ringworm medicine to leprosy. That is what is happening. The issue of our naira value, the issue of petrol price, all these things we have to come into it. The government should not wash his hand off and say that. Today now, the Minister of State for Petroleum, yes, said he doesn't know anything about the increment.
Yeah, he said he washed his hands.
So now, who do we blame now?
Let me be as fair as possible.
Okay.
Minister. There was a story that broke last night.
Okay.
That the minister has directed the NNPCL to increase petrol price to
1,000.
Okay.
Okay, so the denier is the 1,000.
Yes. It didn't give any such directive.
Well,
it was in the night that story broke. And you know, we lie, sometimes even you, they will tell you that they said that. You can't be happy. So the man had to defend himself. In any case, the GMD of NNPC does not need his consent to increase price.
In looking at the PIA?
Yes.
Well,
there are some decisions.
But this issue is beyond that. It's an issue of security.
The president, for example, has to agree that, okay, go ahead and do this. And I'm sure that they got is buying, they cannot do it alone. Nigeria, as far as the PIA, we still exert so much influence on NNPCL. We can't deny that. But I'm saying that the GMD, I don't know, that's Melekia,
yes.
does not need Eneken Obiri's approval to raise prices. No, it does not need his approval. If he wants that to happen, he will talk to the president and it gets done.
Okay. All right.
Okay.
But it's the PIA.
Yes, they will call it PIA or what? Well,
there are some Nigerians who think that Komolafe and Farouk, who are regulators in the
upstream and downstream.
Yes, there are some Nigerians who think that they are under NNPC. Even in the National Assembly, I had a minister too who did not even know that the person that Farouk was not under Meleki.
No longer.
They are regulators. They are doing their own job. They are working with Dangote, for example. There are staff of NMDPRA inside the refinery. They run shifts of 5s.
Okay.
So they are doing their own regulatory. They are the ones who gave them provisional license. You can start producing diesel and aviation kerosene.
Okay.
That is the as they are going on with the work in the refinery, the regulators are also
doing their own
giving when they think it's the right time to do PMS, they will give their approval. So that's the They are working independent of NNPC.
Talk about separation of
Let's see how it goes.
Anyway, all right, let's move straight to our final story.